100 Most Strange and Bizarre Old Photographs. A 1940 photograph shows Martin Lorello, whose spinal condition let him turn his head 180 degrees. A 1917 photograph of Pasquale Pignon, a circus performer with a head tumor accentuated by a false second head for show. A portrait of Chang and Eng Bunker, Siamese twins born in 1811, touring as performers in the early 19th century. In this 1940s image, American burlesque dancer Zarita walks her pet snake in Miami, known for her sensual snake dances. An early 1900s photograph of a man wearing a traditional bear costume for carnival in Bielsa, Spain. A 1932 image of a British zookeeper performing with an elephant, showcasing circus skills in England. A 1937 photograph shows a woman practicing smiling as part of a unique club promoting cheerful expressions. A 1950s photograph shows two French men and a woman proudly displaying tattoos from an amateur competition. Born in 1887, Alice Doherty, seen here in an early 20th century photograph, had hypertrichosis and performed in sideshows before retiring in 1915. Virginia-born Annie Jones, a sideshow performer with hirsutism, is seen here in a 19th century photograph. An Austrian man and his son dress as devils for a traditional Krampus celebration in the 1950s. Pictured circa 1890, Pauline, only 18 inches tall, passed away from pneumonia in 1895 at age 17. A photograph from 1867 shows Isaac Sprague, a sideshow performer with extreme weight loss. In this 1920 photograph, American girls enjoy a picnic at an alligator farm in Los Angeles. A 1908 photograph of a very tall man posing with dwarfs for a U.S. circus advertisement. A 1940s photograph of an American model demonstrating a portable reading aid, highlighting innovative technology of the era. A young girl in California bathes her pet alligator with a brush and hose in this 1920 photograph. In this 1930 image, American girls race piglets on a California beach, showcasing a quirky pastime. A 1915 photograph of a French World War I soldier demonstrating extreme flexibility during the war. A photograph from 1890 showing criminals wearing heavy wooden yokes as punishment in China. A 1938 photograph of a dwarf with a spinal deformity performing as the Bear Man in a West Virginia circus. A 1924 photograph of a Los Angeles circus owner riding a cart pulled by a hippopotamus. A young boy poses with a large alien statue in London, reflecting mid-20th century fascination with sci-fi. A 1924 photograph of a German man boxing a kangaroo, a bizarre entertainment trend of the early 20th century. A 1900 photograph of a pirate awaiting execution, illustrating a slow and public punishment method. A heartbreaking photo shows an Argentine Native American family forced onto a ship bound for Europe, where they were exhibited in a human zoo. 1889. March 17, 1973, Lieutenant Colonel Robert returns home after 5 years as a POW in North Vietnam, but his wife, who had fallen in love with someone else, filed for divorce just before his return. September 4, 1957, Dorothy Counts, 15, the first black student at an all-white high school in Charlotte, North Carolina, faces taunts and harassment, becoming an iconic image of the civil rights movement. A 22-year-old woman in the U.S. Air Force is shown. Due to a shortage of pilots during World War II, women were recruited into an experimental pilot program. 1943. A little girl and her dog stand outside a shop with a "No Dog Biscuits Today" sign in London. 1939. British soldiers, temporarily blinded by German gas, head towards a medical aid post in France. April 1918. Please comment 1 to let me know you'll be watching this video until the end. May 3, 1960, Otto Frank revisits the attic hiding place from World War II. He was the only member of his family to survive. A poignant photo shows SS soldiers with Hungarian Jews at Auschwitz. A child offers a flower to another boy. Tragically, all those pictured were gassed moments later. May 1945, a woman walks through a ruined Berlin street after the Battle of Berlin, the final confrontation in the European theater of World War II. World War I, a Canadian soldier comforts an injured Belgian baby whose mother was killed by artillery fire. A woman uses a contraption for freckle removal in Hungary, 1937. Post-World War II, Soviet soldiers harass a German woman after World War II. Historians note that such acts were committed by various Allied forces. A mother and her children cross a river to escape U.S. bombing in Vietnam. 1965. Post-World War II, a woman and 2 girls look at their ruined home after the war. A photo shows a British miner eating while his wife watches. 1937. Hungarian Jews are cruelly selected for the gas chamber at Auschwitz. 1944, Auschwitz. A Serbian soldier sleeps next to his visiting father at the front line. 1914. August 6, 1945, Hiroshima. The shadow of the Hiroshima bombing is shown, with radiation marks visible where people were vaporized. People posed by a felled giant sequoia, over 1,300 years old, in California. 1892. Captured Chinese communist troops plead for clemency from a South Korean soldier. 1951. An American photographer poses with two exceptionally tall men, the Kashmir Giants, 1903. Early 20th century, a deeply regrettable photo shows Aboriginal Australians confined and subjugated during the gold rush in Western Australia. Princess Isabel observes Santos Dumont's balloon in France, 1898. Belgian coal miners crowd into an elevator, around 1900. A mother carries her son and food in Salvador, Bahia, 1884. Six-year-old Ruby Bridges, escorted by federal agents, attends her first day at a white elementary school in the segregated South, 1960. A German POW returns home to find his house bombed and his family gone. 1946. A railway signal worker who lost both legs works with his baboon assistant, Jack, in South Africa. 1880. August 6, 1945, a clock in Hiroshima, Japan, stopped at 8:15 a.m., the time of the atomic bombing. The partially melted minute hand is visible. The quote, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds," is referenced. A 1905 photograph captures the daughter of a Laguna Pueblo chief in vibrant Kawaki attire, adorned with a belt and intricate bead necklaces, embodying her culture. This early 20th century photo features Carlotta Chiwiwi and her daughters, Maria and Felicita Tora, from the Isleta Pueblo, highlighting maternal bonds and heritage. This 1897 photo by Frank LaRoche portrays a Spokane woman, offering a poignant connection to her tribe's historical heritage. Apache woman, 1894. This woman was photographed wearing the traditional Apache clothing, which included buckskin with beads adorned all over it. The purpose of the photo is unknown. but this is a window into history. Throughout the 1880s, young Comanche women played vital roles in their society, as seen in images reflecting their cultural importance. Irish-American adventurer Tom Tobin became a skilled tracker, hunter, guide, and scout for the U.S. Army. 1843. Taken by Roland Reed in 1908, this image offers a rare glimpse into the life and culture of an Ojibwa woman. Beer was served at room temperature in 1873, with locally brewed beers popular in western towns. Carl Werns's 1900 photograph shows two Hopi girls in Arizona, gazing out a window, reflecting the simplicity and serenity of their daily lives. A striking contrast between Red Cloud in a full headdress and American Horse in Western clothing. A rare photograph from 1878 depicts a Cheyenne woman at Fort Keogh, Montana, showcasing traditional attire and historical significance. Hunting was essential for survival in harsh frontier communities. Frederick Monson's photograph of young women from the Sikimovi region of the Hopi tribe showcases their striking traditional dress and cultural pride. Cowboys played a key role in the global economy during the late 19th century. A 1895 photograph captures a young woman from the Taos Pueblo in New Mexico, showcasing the harmony between tradition and community life. Promising various benefits, these remedies were widespread in the Old West. A touching 1892 photo of a young Kiowa girl offers a glimpse into her cultural identity and daily life. Water shortages fostered both conflict and community unity among settlers. A 1904 photograph captures the symbolic Corn Maiden, emphasizing the central role of corn in the traditions of Pueblo communities. The gold rush drew a diverse mix of settlers and prospectors westward in search of fortune. Poker thrived as a popular pastime in Old West saloons and dance halls. Carl Atel's 1900 photographs document the daily lives of Native American communities before significant Western influence. A Taos Pueblo woman from the 1880s appears in this serene image, offering a visual record of her cultural traditions. Known as a gunman, Jim Miller maintained a respectable public facade. Marcia Pascal, the daughter of a U.S. Army officer, represents a unique connection between Cherokee heritage and Western society. 1880s. Barbers served as haircutters, surgeons, and remedy dispensers on the frontier. This 1894 image of a Kiowa woman highlights the intersection of traditional native culture and colonial pressures. Cowboys sustained themselves with beans, hardtack, jerky, dried fruit, and coffee. A 1900 photograph of a young Native American woman in traditional attire provides a striking representation of her heritage. Originating in ancient Egypt, branding spread to Europe and the American Southwest. A 1899 photograph by Frank Reinhardt captures Hattie Tom, a Chiricahua Apache woman dressed in intricate traditional clothing. The gold rush boosted demand for mail services, spurring westward expansion. A 1900 photograph of Alice, possibly from the Cayuse, Walla Walla, or Umatilla tribes, showcases her unique cultural identity. Frontier children as young as 4 worked to support their families. A young Comanche woman from 1885 is captured in this photograph, offering insights into her culture and societal role. Buffalo hunters significantly impacted the Western economy, especially in Leavenworth, Kansas. A 1900 photo captures a young Hopi woman on her wedding day, adorned in distinctive traditional attire, exuding purity and grace. Clay Allison, a marksman with a fearsome reputation, viewed himself as more than just a gunslinger. This 1886 photograph of Julie Nelson in period attire serves as a striking historical portrait. Plains Indian horse culture flourished after the Pueblo Revolt of 1680. George A. Addison's painting from 1895 depicts 2 Kiowa women, Amy and Carrie, in vivid and respectful detail. Pioneers and cowboys cherished coffee for its invigorating properties. The Texas Rangers patrolled the Texas frontier for nearly 200 years, safeguarding settlers. Born in Kentucky, Roy Bean pursued adventure in the West, living a nomadic life. 1825. Railroads became vital to Colorado's development after gold was discovered near Denver. 1858. The lasso originated from Spanish influence, adopted by vaqueros and Texas cowboys in the 18th century. Anna Emmeline McDoulet and Jenny Stevens were young female outlaws involved in bank robberies. A photo from 1887 shows immigrants from Caxias do Sul posing on Rua Silveira Martins, reflecting the wave of European immigration to Brazil. A serene view of daily life on Rua do Comércio in Maceió during the 1920s. The Café Globo on Duque de Caxias Street in Vitoria, Espírito Santo, started as a coffee shop before adding meals and drinks. Workers and locomotives are shown in 1909, constructing a railway linking Caxias do Sul, Montenegro, and Porto Alegre. Carts carry goods from Colônia de Santa Felicidade in Curitiba in a 1957 photograph. The old São Paulo Cathedral is seen in a tranquil 1880 photo capturing daily life in the city. A circa 1908 photo shows locals selling jabuticabas using ox carts in Três Corações, Minas Gerais. The 1912 inauguration of the Ramal de Passos railway line, connecting Guaxupé and Passos in Minas Gerais, is depicted. One of the oldest photos of Belém shows Rua Frutuoso Guimarães and Igreja das Mercês in the late 19th century. The 1904 scene captures the Teatro São João and Praça Castro Alves in Salvador. A 1926 photograph of a Polish settler family in Colônia, Tomás Coelho, São Miguel, Araucaria, depicts their agricultural lifestyle. Cart traffic and a general store are featured in a 1920 scene from São Bento do Sul. A 1914 photograph of Rua 15 de Novembro shows urban life dominated by horse-drawn carts. A 1936 image of Cangaceiros Corisco, Dada, and Maria Jovina in Brazil's northeastern hinterland. People gather water from a cast-iron fountain in Largo 2 de Julho, Salvador, Bahia, in 1908. The railway station in Belo Horizonte is captured around 1918 before its demolition in the early 1920s. Prospectors pan for gold on the Rio das Almas in Pirenópolis, one of Goiás's earliest mining regions, circa 1930s. A circa 1895 view of a fountain in Largo da Carioca, supplied by the Carioca River. The Old West lore continues to captivate through books and movies. A bustling scene in 1899 captures the grandeur of the Central do Brasil railway station in Rio de Janeiro. A busy 19th century view of the train station in Petropolis, a hub of history and innovation. Daily life in 1901 on Avenida Eduardo Ribeiro during Manaus's Paris of the Tropics era. A 1938 photo shows a firewood seller and children on Avenida Sebastião Fleury, illustrating work-life balance in Goiás. The Malakoff Tower looms in an 1880 photograph of Rua do Bom Jesus in Recife, rich in historical significance. A large crowd gathers in 1890 at Praça da República, Campo de Santana, for a Rio de Janeiro Fire Department parade. A circa 1914 view of the old Mercado do Ouro, a commercial hub in Praça Marechal Deodoro, Salvador. A card is decorated for a wedding celebration in Caxias do Sul in 1910. Men pose with weapons in Mossoró, Rio Grande do Norte, on June 13, 1927, after repelling an attack by Lampião. Which of these strange and bizarre old photographs blew your mind? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey through history's weirdest moments, be sure to subscribe and share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more incredible stories from the past. Stories from the past. Stories from the past.